Corporate Sustainability Due Diligence Directive aims companies to promote the protection of the environment and human rights in the European Union and globally. At the heart of these measures is the creation of transparency by regulating the supply chains of European companies. The Due Diligence Directive set obligations regarding their own operations and those carried out by their business chain, which covers the upstream partners and suppliers and the downstream activities such as distribution or recycling. The directive will apply to 5,500 very large companies with over €450 million worldwide turnover and more than 1,000 employees. The deal establishes that compliance with the CSDDD could be qualified as a criterion for the award of public contracts and concessions. The provisional agreement needs to be formally approved by the members of the European Parliament. Member states will have to transpose the directive into national law, which usually takes 2 years. Sources point out that the CSDDD will apply from 2027 to large companies, and the scope will be progressively expanded to small and medium enterprises during 2028 and 2029.
With CSDDD, companies have an entire new challenge. They are not only required to have the right good at the right time, at the right place, but they also need to ensure that their entire supply chain is sustainable. And that's a new challenge, but it's also a new chance for companies. A new challenge because it of course requires an additional due diligence, but also a chance for the future, because the future will be sustainable. Companies will be selected because they are sustainable. Selecting a software should not be the first thing you're doing as a company. First thing is you need to understand the requirements and you need to understand them in detail. Second thing is you need to understand your data. You need to understand your master data and all the data you have about your supply chain. And only then you can select a software. And this software can help you to automate these processes which are required for the CSDDD. I think from my perspective, there are 3 main challenges. First, you need to be compliant. That's the main challenge. You need to really fulfill the requirements of the law. And for this, you need to have a software which can ensure that you can actually fulfill all the requirements if you are implementing it in the right way. Second, it's all about automation. With the law, there are new requirements which need to be fulfilled by your workforce. And there are new requirements which is additional effort. So you need to have a software which is automating the processes. And last but not least, it's process driven. With this new software, there are new processes which need to be implemented. And you need a software which guides your entire workforce and which guides your team how to fulfill the requirements and what are the steps to fulfill the requirements.
The Osapiens hub for CSDDD allows companies to implement the requirements digitally, automatically, and in a legally compliant manner. Our solution fully automates initial and annual risk analysis based on specific supplier information and artificial intelligence. Gather product-related information by sending automatically due diligence questionnaires. Suppliers can easily answer questions, share relevant information, and upload certificates. Get a 360-degree view of all your supplier information, far beyond the requirements. Screen news with integrated data sources to stay on top of potential risks and changes in your supplier landscape. Automate your workflows to eliminate repetitive and time-consuming tasks and increase productivity. Get tailored information to identify trends, patterns, and vulnerabilities. You can also automatically generate compliance reports. Osapiens Hub allows you to easily connect your existing systems to our solution and import all your data.